Okay friends, so yesterday we talked about for loop, we talked about if else, we had talked about few more things. Now I have few more interesting things which we will be doing today. So yesterday what we used for doing same thing multiple times, that was for loop. I want to display something 10 times, so I used for loop. Similar to for loop we have while loop, and another one is also there, do while loop. So I will be telling you that as well. Let me create one more program. I will right click on source and okay. So we'll be doing a while example today, and we'll explain the requirement for while. What is the difference between while and for? For loop can be used when you are sure like how many times you want to execute that. I mean, yesterday we were quite sure in the beginning itself that we want to display something 10 times. So we simply use that. While loop is used when you are not sure how many times it will be. But still we need to do it multiple times. Let me first of all type that code and then we'll explain. Suppose I will take one variable int var var1. I'm just taking some example. Variable 1 is equal to 5. Yes. After that I will write while loop. While var1 is less than or equal to 10. I'm just giving something, writing something. Okay. Now when we talked about yesterday's for loop, we were quite sure in the beginning itself how many times that will run. But while loop has some condition. This while loop will run till this condition is true. The condition is where 1 less than equal to 10. So if I will write something inside that, I will write suppose anything I'm writing yes, the condition is true, you can say that. So initially the execution will start from main method, yes, then it will be coming here where 1 is equal to 5, okay, then while where 1 less than 10, yes, the condition is true, it will come inside that system.out.println, yes, it will display that. After that it will again check the condition. If that is true, then it will do it again, then check the condition, we will do it again. So that means you may be thinking that every time we are displaying something, the value of variable 1 is not changing, so every time it will be less than 10 only, it will be running indefinitely. That's true. But sometime depending upon some conditions, you may be changing the value of variable 1 inside the while loop. That may be possible. Suppose what I am doing inside that I am doing that var1 is equal to var1 plus 3 semicolon. Okay. Now what's happening is, first time var1 is 5, which is definitely less than 10, so it will display yes, and after that var1 is equal to var1 plus 3. That means the new value of var1 is equal to the old value of var1 plus 3. That means now the updated value of var1 is equal to 8. Now this will again go to while. It will check now. var1 less than 10. Yes. 8 is also less than 10. It will display, I mean, it will again come inside this. So system.out.println, yes, it will display that. Then var1 is equal to old var1 plus 3. That means 8 plus 3 is equal to 11. This time the updated value of var1 is 11. It will go again in this while loop. It will check it out. var1 less than 10? No, this time it's false. 11 is not less than 10. This means it will now go inside that. It will come out of that. I mean, it will go beyond that. After a while, if we have written something, suppose here I have written, suppose I will write something like outside while loop. Okay, and here suppose I won't write okay. Now this is my example of while loop. Can anyone tell me like what should be the output if I will execute this? Any rough idea?
Two times inside while loop will be printed and one time outside while loop.
Yes, that's absolutely right. Because first time the condition is true, it will come inside that and it will display inside while loop. Second time it will again come inside, it will again display inside while loop. But third time the condition will false, it will now go inside, it will move to the next statement. Next is your outside while loop, that would be displayed. So let me execute this right away and you will understand that. Run as Java application. You can see that inside while loop, and outside while loop. So this is about while loop. In case you are having any doubt, you can ask me. Otherwise, go for the next thing, that is do while loop. That is similar to while, but still there is some difference. So we'll explore that. So let me do one thing. I will simply create a copy of this. That is do while loop, do while example. First of all, I will change the name of the class, as I told you yesterday, that the name of the file and the name of the class should be same, otherwise it will give some error. Okay, public class, do while and all this thing. Now let me tell you the difference between while and do while. In while, condition is tested first, whether the condition is true or not, then it will decide whether it should go inside that or not. But in do while loop, as the name indicates, first do, then while. Means first we will enter into something and then we will check the condition. That is something contradicting, but that is another feature of Java as per the requirement that can also be used. Let me show you that. So where we have used while, instead of that, we will be, just give me a moment, I will simply copy this. Okay, you can see that now. Initially, the variable 1 is equal to 5. Then I am doing do this. Am I checking any condition? No. I am saying that directly go inside that. And after going that, we will check the condition. It may be possible that the condition at the first level itself is false. Let me do one thing. I will make it 15. Okay. Now variable 1 is equal to 15. I am doing this thing that I am inside while loop, and after that I am checking the condition while variable 1 less than 10. Even if you want, I can delete this as well, that's not an issue, to make it more clear to you. Okay, I am doing this, and after that I am checking the condition that while var1 less than 10. No, it's not less than, 15 is not less than 10. That means condition was false. So condition is false, so it will not go again. But even the condition was false, it has executed at least once. So now if I will execute this program, it will display inside while loop once, and then it will display the second thing, that is outside while loop. So let me execute this. You can see that inside while loop and outside while loop. Usually while writing the programs, I mean, just for example, I have shown you what is do while. Otherwise that is hardly used, because for loop can definitely help you, and if for is not able to help you, definitely while loop will help you. But you must know, if you are going for some interview and someone asking like what is the difference between while and do while, so you must be able to answer that question. That's why we have taken both examples. So in case you are having any doubts till now, you can ask me, otherwise we'll show you some another thing.
Excuse me, Neeraj. Hello.
Yes, Santa.
Yeah, in yesterday's example, phone example, could you please explain that once again? Because I have
Actually,
so many
yesterday,
doubts in that.
yeah, you are absolutely right. Yesterday we were doing that, and that was not completed. But still, I did not continue from
Yeah.
that, because in between few more things came into my mind, which should be covered before that phone example.
Okay.
Okay, so let's do all these things, and we will definitely come back to that phone, and we'll start from again beginning.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So this was about while and do while. Yesterday one more thing we did, that was if else. So just like yesterday we did nested for loop. We have one for loop, inside that we had one more for loop. Similarly, we may have nested if else. So I will give you an example of that. Let me first of all create one program. I will go to source, go to new, other, class. Okay, I have given some name, multiple if else example. I will simply click on finish. Okay, before we start, first of all okay, I think I did not click on that checkbox. That's why main method is not coming. Anyway, we will type that. So before we start with this one, first of all, let me give you some requirement so that you can understand what exactly we are planning to do. So you know that if we want to write something and which should not be executed, then you will do like this. Okay, these are commented lines, these will not be executed, so I will write the requirement here. Okay. All of you must have talked to your mobile service provider customer care anytime. When you call those numbers, they say that press 1 for check your balance, press 2 for check something else, press 3 for talk to our customer care, and all this thing. I'm just taking that type of example. 1 means check your balance. 2 means, okay, stop. 2 means need technical help. 3 means talk to customer care. I'm just taking simple example. Okay, now what we have to do is we will be taking one variable and that variable value can be 1 or 2 or 3, and according to the value we have to display that type of message. So this is quite possible with if. But yesterday we talked about either this or that. If your marks are less than 80, then this thing or that thing. But in this scenario we need 3 things, or we might need 10 things. 1 this, 2 this, 3 this, 4 this, like that. So we will keep on adding if else, if else. I will show you that. First of all, because we did not click on that checkbox, that's why we have to write the main method by ourselves, but that's not an issue, we'll do that. Public static void main. It's not mail, it's main. Okay, now you must remember yesterday's thing. I will take one variable, suppose int, and I will take like option. Any name I can give. Int option is equal to 1, semicolon. I have taken one variable. Now you must know what I will do. If option is equal to 1. Okay, one thing I would like to tell you here is why I am writing 2 times equal to. First of all, let me provide the brackets so that this red mark will go. Yes, you can see that option is equal to 1. This one. You may be saying like why we have used it twice. Because when you are using the equal to ones, that means you are assigning the value. You can see the below, above this one, option is equal to 1. When you are using equal to ones, that means you are assigning that value. But when you are checking whether that is 1 or not, then you have to give it twice. So if option is equal to 1, that means I am checking. If that is 1, then what I will do? I will display some message. And in the message I will write this, check your balance. Okay, I have written that. That means if the value of option will be 1, then this message will be displayed. Now in else, what should I write? Yesterday there were only 2 conditions, either this or that. So we can say that if value of option is equal to 1, then we will display this, else we will do that. But today we can't do that, because in else there are 2 conditions. Else means if the value of option not equal to 1, that means value of option can be 2 or can be 3, and we have different behavior for 2 and different behavior for 3. That means else will not work here. In else we need one more if. So after else you will write one more thing, else if option is equal to 2, I mean 2 times equal to 2, then you will do something, that is, let me copy that thing. Okay, else if, these things can be used together. If option is equal to 1, then display check your balance. Else if option is equal to 2, then do this. Then one more else, then what you will do? Now we have only one condition left, because if it is not 1, if it is not 2, then definitely it's 3. So now in else we will provide that third thing. I will copy that for you and I will show you executing this program. You will understand it. Okay, the program is ready now. So currently the option value we have given in the beginning, that is 1. That means if I will execute this program, it will display check your balance. Let me show you. We'll change the value of option and I will show you all these 3 things. So I will double click on this to minimize. So multiple if else example, this one, right click, run as Java application. You can see that check your balance is displayed because the value of option was 1. Let me make it 2 or make it 3. I have made it 3 now and I will execute. You can see this, talk to customer care, because that was the expected behavior. And if I will make it 2, then I will execute it and this time this will display need technical help. Yes, you can see that. I think that is clear to everyone. So now depending upon if you are having only 2 options, either this or that, you can simply use one if else. But depending upon your requirement, if there are multiple scenarios, in that scenario you might have to use if else in this manner. So currently we have only 3 options and this program is not that much complex. But suppose I will tell you that I have 10 different conditions. You will keep on adding if else, if else, if else, that would be quite mesh. So we have a solution for that as well. If you feel that if else is quite difficult or quite confusing, then I have another option that is known as switch case. So we will definitely do that. But before that, in case you are having any doubt till now, you can ask me.
Yeah, good news.
Okay.
Excuse me.
So now the same example which we have done currently, that is 1 for check balance, 2 for need technical help, 3 for talk to customer care representative. The same example we will be doing now, but with different technique, that is switch case. We will not use if else. So I want to just copy these 3 lines so that we can paste them there as well. These 3 lines are just for our understanding. You will delete them, your program will still work fine. Okay, so I will copy them. Yes. I will go to source and we'll create one more program. The program name would be switch case jump. This box, that is public static void main, and now I will click on finish. Okay. Okay. Now the same thing we will do, but we will not use if else now. We will be doing something different. So I will take integer, that is int option, or you can use any other variable name also. I will use choice this time. Choice is equal to 1. Okay. And now I will use switch case. Switch, inside this I will write choice, and then Okay, inside that we have different cases. So I will write case 1. Case 1. Then case 2. Then case 3. Okay, you can see that I have used switch case. That means I will provide some value to switch, and depending upon that value it will be going corresponding to that case only, case 1 or case 2 or case 3. That means we don't have to struggle with if or else. So now whatever things we had written inside that if else, I will be writing inside the case. Let me copy them from there so that we can do it quickly. So I will go to switch case 1 and I will write this. In case 2 I will write something different, and in case 3 I will write something different. Let me change them. Okay, now I have one switch and 3 cases. First case, check your balance. Second case, need technical help. Third case, talk to customer care. Now what will happen now? Your execution will start from main, from here, yes, right? After that it will come to here, int choice is equal to 1, okay. It will go to switch and choice. The current value of choice is 1, so it will go to case 1. It will go to case 1 and then it will display check your balance, and then what will happen? Will it come out of the switch? That means will it skip these remaining things? No, it will not do that. Where it has jumped, after that whatever are the remaining things, it will do that. That is wrong actually, because when I am providing the value of choice 1, I want to see only one message, that is check your balance. Let me show you right away. You will understand what I am talking about. So I will first of all minimize this, and I will right click on this, run as Java application. Okay, you can see that it is saying check your balance, need technical help, talk to customer care. That's completely wrong. I provided the choice 1, so only that check your balance should be displayed. Why the remaining things are displayed? Because it has jumped to case 1, and after that whatever are remaining things, it has done all that. Let me show you one more thing. I will do choice is equal to 2. That time it will definitely not display this case 1, because choice is 2, then it will come to switch choice, and then it will directly jump to case 2. That means this check your balance, that would be skipped, that would not be displayed. But because it has jumped to case 2, need technical help will be displayed, and after that this talk to customer care, that is also displayed. That means it is still wrong. We don't want that. Let me show you that as well. I will display now, I will execute now, and you will see need technical help and talk to customer care. You can see that need technical help and talk to customer care. That means we have to find out some solution, that at which case it is jumping, that's fine, but after doing that case it should not continue, it come out of that. So we have a break statement for that. As the name indicates, it will break the flow, it will not complete, it will come out of that. So what we will do is, whatever things you are doing in case 1, do that, and after that simply use break. break and semicolon. Yes. Now what will happen? You will provide the choice as 1. So it will jump to case 1. It will do whatever you have written inside case 1, and after doing that it will break. That means it will not go to case 2 or case 3. It will not display that. Similarly, after case 2 also you will write break, and after 3 also you will write break. You will write break here, and you will write break here in the case 3 as well. Okay, now I will execute this program and you will understand what we were planning to do. So I will, currently I think the value is 2, so we will execute right away. Switch case example, yes. Run as Java application. You can see that. Need technical help, that's all. Nothing else. That's what is expected behavior. If I will change the value of choice, I will make it 1 or I will make it 3, then you will see that accordingly. I will make it 1. Okay. And I will execute this. You can see that only first option is displayed, that is check your balance. And similarly, if I will make the value of choice as 3, then the third thing will be displayed. We will execute it. Run as Java application. You can see that talk to customer care. I think this is interesting. Now I will maximize this. So as compared to if else, you can definitely say that this is more convenient, because we are not writing if else, then one more if else, then one more if else. It is quite clear that depending upon the value of choice, it will be executing that case only, either case 1 or case 2 or case 3. Let's do one more thing. Suppose user is giving some such option which is not here. Here only case 1 is there, case 2 is there, and case 3 is there. Suppose I will give case 4. I will give the value of choice 4. What will happen now? Let me execute this, and you will see that nothing is happening. Why? Because 4 is not matching with any case. We have only case 1, case 2 and case 3, and you have provided the value as 4, so it will not display anything. You can see that the program is over, but it has not displayed anything. Yes, that is expected behavior. But what we want is, we don't want to keep it blank, because the user suppose doing something and you are not giving any error, you are not executing, the user will never understand what's happening. What we can do is, if user is providing any other option apart from 1, 2 or 3, instead of doing nothing, we should give some useful message to the user so that he or she can provide the correct input. Let me show you how to do that. So we will be, you may be thinking that I would add one more case, case 4, and inside that I would write like please provide the option 1, 2 or 3. I can do that. But the question is, if user will provide 4 value, then only that would be displayed. If user will provide 5, then again blank. Or user will provide 127, then what? Then again nothing will be displayed. That means apart from whatever cases we have covered, remaining things, whether it is 4, 5, 6, 8, 123, anything, for all these things we have a common thing. That would be, let me maximize this first. Okay, after case 3, I would add one more case, and that is known as default. Okay, that means if your input is such that it is not matching with case 1 or case 2 or case 3, then it will go to default. And I will write something in that. I will write that invalid input received. I am just giving some meaningful message, nothing else. valid values are 1, 2 and 3. Just a meaningful message to the user so that he is not completely blank like what's happening. So now what will happen? If you will provide 1, it will display check your balance. If you will pass 2, it will say need technical help. If you will pass 3, it will say talk to customer care. And all 4 remaining things, 4, 5, 8, 10, 27, for those things it will display the last one, invalid input received, valid values are 1, 2 and 3. Let me execute this program for you right away. So I have made the value of choice 4, that is already there. I will execute this. Run as Java application. You can see that. Invalid input received, valid values are 1, 2 and 3. If I will make this choice something else apart from 4, I am making it 82. I will execute this program again and the same message will be displayed. Run as Java application. Yes, you can see that. So this is the example of switch case. Hopefully that might have clarified your concept, and that was quite interesting as well. So we can stop here for 2 minutes. In case you are having any doubts till now, you can ask me.
We are good news.
Okay.
I have a question, Neeraj.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Then when to use switch case and when to use if, for example, if there is a small program, then we should use
Yes, right.
if else program.
You are absolutely.
There are too many conditions, then we need.
Yes. When there is only 1 or 2 conditions, definitely go with if else. That would make your concept more clear. If marks are less than 80, then this, otherwise that. But if you have 10 options and if you will write 10 times if else, you are writing the program, you may understand what you have written. But if someone else will go through your program, he or she will simply say, I don't understand anything, you have written 10 or 20 if else. So that would be quite confusing. Otherwise, both will do the same thing. The same thing which we have achieved using this switch case, the same thing we have achieved from if else as well. Both will do the same thing.
But for these two things, we need to write the comments. It is mandatory.
I did not get your question. Which command you are talking about?
Comments. We have given here check your balance and all that now about the top of this.
It's not like that these are mandatory, but the point is you will be doing something. In program, if you are not doing anything, then what is the purpose of the program? Are you getting my point?
Okay. Yeah, got it.
Yes, because there must be some requirement. The requirement is like we have a one value, one variable, and depending upon the value of that variable, we have to do something. Not always displaying. Currently, we are displaying something, but sometimes we might have to calculate something. So that is not the point. The point here is to understand what is if else. In this case 1, currently there are 2 lines written, system.out.println line and break. That's all. But it does not mean that every time in case there will be 2 statements only. No, there can be 10, 20, 50, depending upon what exactly you are doing. It may be possible that you have 5 subjects marks for a student and you have to calculate a lot of things. You have to calculate the maximum, you have to calculate the minimum, you have to calculate the average. You have to calculate the grade depending upon the different marks in different subjects. You have to calculate the grade of the students. So this is all about your requirement, what exactly you have to do. But how to take the decision, how to do all these things using for loop, while loop, do while loop, if else, switch case, we are understanding that. Is that clear, Samta?
Yeah, thank you, Neeraj.
Okay. Okay friends, I think we are done with switch case. Next thing we should do is array. Okay, currently what I have done is I have taken one variable int choice is equal to 82. Yesterday we were taking the example of that phone, and we have few variables like brand name, price, or model number. So depending upon different features, you have to take those many variables. Now suppose I have 100 students in my class. Let's take the school example. And I have to write the marks of every student. What should I do? I would write int student 1 is equal to 56. That means the marks of student 1 is equal to 56. Then another variable. Okay, let me start typing so that you will understand in more better way. Okay, array example. Okay, now what I will do, I was giving the example, I will take the same thing. I will use int student 1 is equal to 87. Another variable int student 2 is equal to 91. Next int student 3 is equal to 48. Student 4 is equal to 84. Okay, I am just taking some example. Now one thing which you can think of is, if I have 1000 students, then do I need to declare 1000 variables? I can do that, but that's very, you can say, time consuming process as well as error prone, because you might miss any student, and declaring 1000 variable and assigning the value very difficult thing. So we have option, I mean we have the alternate for this, that is array. Array is a, you can say, it is a collection of multiple variables. That means you will declare only one variable, and that one variable will contain multiple values. You may be thinking that how is it possible? One variable, how can it maintain multiple values? I will show you right away. I will type int and I will give some name, student array, and I will use this brackets, square bracket, starting and closing, this one, and like this. So first of all, I did not assign any value. You can see that. But I have declared that. I have declared the student array, and if you want to do something, then what you can do equal to curly bracket start and curly bracket closed. Yes. Now I will give different values separated by comma. Let's take the above value, same values, 87, comma, 91, comma, 48, comma, 84. Okay, I think I pressed dot instead of comma. Okay. Now we have two type of thing. First thing are simple variable. You have taken one variable, you assigned one value. But this last thing, student array, this is containing 4 values. What benefit we are getting? We are getting the benefit that we don't need to declare multiple variable. The single variable is doing that thing for us. Now the point is, suppose I want to display the marks of student 3, what I will do? Let me show you. I will show you how to display the student 3 marks from simple variable and how to do the same from array. So I will do system.out.println in double quotes, that is hard coded. Whatever you will write, that would be as it is displayed. I will write like student 3 marks, semicolon, space. plus I will type that variable, and yesterday I told you that if you are not putting anything into double quotes, then the value of that thing will be displayed. So what I am doing is student 3. That means whatever is the value of student 3, that would be displayed. So I will execute this program right away and you will understand this. You can see that student 3 marks 48. That's absolutely right, this one. But we accessed this variable's value from that student 3 variable. We already know that. What we are learning here is how to access the same thing from array. Array, as I told you, array is a collection. It is a series of multiple values which can be accessed with the help of a single variable. But you may be thinking that if I will say system.out.println student array, then what exactly it will display? It will display the marks of student 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or all. What it will do? Let me type that and then I will show you. So to make the program more readable, you can add the space or lines, all this thing. That's not an issue. So I am pressing enter and I will write that. What I will do this time, the same thing I will simply copy that. I am writing using array. That is the name, technical name of this thing. Okay, what I am doing is student 3 marks using array is, I will use that variable. What was the variable name? Student underscore ARR. Okay, now these brackets. Okay, now the actual thing starts. I will have to give some index, which value I want to display. If I will give 1 or I will give 2 or I will give 3, accordingly that value will be displayed. You may be thinking that this 87 means index 1, 91 means index 2, but no, Java starts the counting from 0. That means if I will pass student air and in the bracket I will give 0, then it will display 87. Yes. If I will give 1, it will display 91, and if I will give 2, it will display 48, and similarly. So here what should I give? 2. I need third index, so I will give 2, because Java starts the counting from 0, not from 1. Okay. Now the same thing, the same marks will be displayed, but this time we are using array, not the variables. So I will execute this program for you. Add example, run as Java application. You can see that student 3 marks is 48 and student 3 marks using array, that is also 48. So now these are only 4. If you have hundreds, you can do that. Give the values comma separated and starting from 0. Student array 0, student array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can access all the values. That means you don't have to declare those thousands of variables. That's the benefit we are getting from array. I think that is clear to everyone. In case you want to ask me, you can do that.
No, Neeraj.
Okay. So this was an array of integer. You may be thinking that do we have only integer in Java? No, we have string also. Yesterday when we were talking about the brand of the phone, model of the phone, we had taken the variable type as string. Let's do one more thing. Instead, along with the array of integer, let's create an array of string as well. We will do it right away. So I will declare one more array, that is string, that is data type actually, string, string. Now the array name, I would give student names, then those brackets, is equal to curly bracket start and closed and semicolon. Yes. Inside this, I will give different values. So when you are giving integer value, you can directly type them like 8791. But when you are giving string values, you have to do it in double quotes. That's required. So I will write double quotes and I will write the name. Suppose Piali. Then I will give comma. The next name in double quotes. Suppose Pawan. Then comma, double quotes, comma, double quotes. I will give the remaining two names as well. I have give Santa and I have give Shirisha as well. Okay. In a single array of string, I have given your names. Now I want to display them. So what I will do?